Wait, who's this? Oh shit, it's a margin call. What's up, guys? It's been a very busy week in terms of the small caps. We have these stocks like ASTC, CBLI, WEI, and also a couple other low float names that's running up. So there's definitely a lot of plays on the long side and short side, and we'll be discussing that today, as well as all the low float squeezes and the traps that we've been seeing. So let's talk about the main play on Tuesday, which was CBLI. So this is a stock that was very hot back in March and April during the COVID spike in the beginning of the pandemic. At the time, they were trying to make some vaccine, etc., and the same kind of bullshit they've been hearing a lot with these small cap pump news, and that's why overall I was more short biased on the stock. But knowing that this stock has been spiked in the past before, it's a low float runner. Also, the algos that we've been seeing before, you have to be prepared that, if a level starts holding, which was around the 380s, 390s level, you can see, after the spike at the open, we consolidated around this level, some volume coming, and that's when they do the squeeze from out of nowhere, right? This is a low float stock. This can really squeeze, and it's the same kind of algos that we've been seeing. And if you were short, you must, well, you don't have to, but I did. You had to trim your size and stop out, which is what I did. I took a decent sized loss in the beginning, but it's following my plan. And also, we've had this kind of price action happen in the last couple of weeks. So, I'm prepared for this. Always follow your stops, stop out, and reassess. It's only because I followed my stop and take that fat $2,000, $3,000 loss that I can reassess and reshort around the $5 level right here. This is how it works in trading. You have to be able to stop out and take the small loser first and reassess whether it's actually going to consolidate to go up higher, or that was just one of those manipulation on the algo side that we've been seeing a lot. You can either be extremely patient and wait for this kind of squeeze to happen and then go in short or sell your longs, but then basically you're anticipating it's going to happen. But this algo doesn't show up in every single low float stock. So if I had waited for this kind of move, I might miss some, which is okay for some people. But for me, this is the kind of setup I want to take advantage of. Even if it means I have to lose a couple grand in the front side, that's okay. I follow my stops, no worries. So second stock from Tuesday was JKS. And this is the first time I ever made money on this stock, because in the past, I keep on taking these small paper cuts on the short side, because the daily is very extended, but it's being extended since $50. So it's not like I'm going to keep on shorting on the way up all the way to $90 pre-market today on Wednesday. But yesterday, I made money on the long side. You see the consolidation. I went in long, trimmed some position on this breakdown. But after that breakdown got bought back up really quickly, I identified that with the price action, sold into the push and sold some more, re-added back some just for the final squeeze. And I didn't make it all the way to the top at 85, but I sold most of it at 84. Had a small trailing position, which didn't work out that well, and I got stopped out, break even on JKS. So that was a long side yesterday, and today was the day it dumped. And I tried to long it today, small size on the dips, didn't work. And of course, today is the day I don't short, and it sells off back to $70. You can't win them all, guys. Now it's Wednesday, and this stock, WEI, is my favorite stock to trade. Not because I made a lot of money on it. In fact, I only made very small amount of money on it. But it's my favorite because, can I order a large pizza with 2 Pepsis, please? 妈，我已经讲了几百次，我没有要结婚。Who's this? Oh shit, it's a margin call. So basically, this stock was actually halted after hours with a T1 halt. So news pending. So that's a different from the volatility halt. News pending means that the company is going to release some news updates, etc. And they had to hold the stock. And they halted it, and the stock at the open today, actually opened around pre-market. And of course, it just tanked, right? The news wasn't anything significant. In fact, I think it was just the company saying that, oh,
we don't know why the stock went up 400% yesterday. Whoops.
This is like small cap manipulation to its finest. So, basically trapped tons of shorts after hours yesterday and squeezed everyone out. And today, it just dropped like a rock. You can see on halted at 6.11 and then tanked all the way down to around $4. I didn't chase. I waited for it to bounce to previous day close. I had very, very small position shorts because the locates were about 20 cents. So that's very expensive. So I didn't have a huge size. So I shorted the previous day close, added into it, and then we got a nice fade towards $4. And I was all out around $3, and later on faded even lower. But I didn't get involved with the reshort again until around afternoon when it spiked to 350s. I just had a tiny scalp to 310s. I just like this stock because the ticker symbol sounds really funny. So the other hot stock today was ASTC. So this is a stock that I've traded many times in the past before. They love to do these kind of pre-market trap, dump on the longs, trap more short, and squeeze everyone out. So ASTC wasn't exactly the sort of low float algo squeeze that we saw on CBLI. The price action was a lot different. Everyone very crowded on the long side essentially after $5 held and all the way to $6. So, this is actually a long trap. So at the open, we dipped a little bit. I was anticipating that the stock could squeeze. So this is different from CBLI and the other few times I got squeezed. This one I actually anticipated and I expected them to squeeze because this stock, like I talked about, I've traded it a few more times before in the past. They always like to spike at the open and do a secondary spike and then just dump on the long. So that's exactly what happened. I was more short biased, obviously, but if you were long, you can definitely long the same kind of dips that we talked about. 450s, pre-market lows held. You can see spike at the open, dip to that level, held again. That's why I covered a partial size of my short. And then you can see after this dips, 450s held, and then we squeeze all the way to $6. That's where, if you were long, you want to sell into the breakout. And if you were short, that would be the perfect entry. So that's where I entered majority of my short, got some small covers, added back to my size, and we got a very nice dump all the way to 440s. And then, I re-added some, and then we just got, some very nice follow through to the downside towards $3. And, of course, I didn't get to hold it throughout the day, and then it just dumps and doing an ATM offering from 320s all the way down to 230s. So this is a kind of small cap manipulation we've been seeing a lot. It's happened in the past before, especially with the stock. So just be careful. If you're long, want to make sure you're longing the front side. You're not trying to pick bottoms and trying to force your trade on the long side, on the short side. If you were trying to, buy at, like 320s, and the offering coming around 1 o'clock, look at this rug pull, $3 all the way down to 220s. Sometimes the best play is just to avoid if you're trying to long these kind of small cap stocks. So my biggest loser today was Pinterest, and I was very frustrated with the stock at this time, especially over here. Over the years, as you mature as a trader, you'll find certain emotional triggers that will, make you feel emotional in trading, and it's gonna be different for everyone. I don't get frustrated over small losses anymore, just because I know that I'm totally fine taking paper cuts, like we talked about in the past few recap videos. What triggers me is that if I'm positioned for a big trade, like Pinterest, I know the stock was gonna reverse. This paper cut loss was totally fine in the beginning. That's not the issue here. The issue is if I'm positioned for a big squeeze, like the price action is telling me that we're gonna get a major breakout, which right here, I longed it here around 49.40s, added some more, sold some here. But this long, I was very proud about. I saw $50 was holding. We can potentially see a breakout to 50.40s and 50.50s. So that's why I added to full size. So I was really well positioned for, at least, another 50 cents move or above. And keep in mind, I've been long since, 49.50s. My trigger is when I'm positioned for a big trade and it does work in my favor. and then it just suddenly turns because this is a stock market. This kind of stuff happens, and it turned so fast that it spiked to 43 and immediately rejected. So I didn't get to sell. And you can see it's not even about the loss, right? Because if you look at it, I didn't lose that much even after this ad. And I stopped out around 49.90s. I was only down about 10 cents, 20 cents. It's not a big deal. It's not about the dollar amount loss. It's mostly about that, I was right and I was ready to make money on this breakout. I was right. I was positioned right. I had my stop set. I think it's the fact that I would have made money, but I was so close to making money and then I got rug pulled. I think that was it. This is the trigger, right? It's no longer about the small losses. It's about the fact that I was right and then the market just slapped me in the face. So after this, I basically, stayed for 10 more minutes, talked to a couple members in my chat room, and I left to take a break. Because I just need that emotional refresh to take a break, either to take a nap or just walk away from my trading computer. Because had I stayed to continue trading, maybe continue fighting the same stock, this is usually when I start losing a lot more money. Losing $500, it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. But it's just that I think it's also that ego, we all have in day trading, and I definitely have that too. So you have to be very aware of what triggers you. It could be, maybe for you, it could be because there's no locate, or, you got dumped on, or, you keep on taking small losers and averaging down, etc. You have to realize that the market's always right. You are not right, I'm not right. It's the market that's always right. And the only thing you can really control is your own emotions and your risk management. I know it's very petty that I'm crying over this 50 cents when I've lost $2, $3 or more. But, this is just the small things that trigger me now. I mean, there's a reason that I have to live alone by myself, right? I wouldn't want anyone else to have to suffer living with me. One last trade. This trade in hindsight is going to sound very boring now. TGC. So this one totally had that crazy squeeze algo playing out. And that's why, I actually covered early, right? If you can either take advantage of the algo or you wait for the algo to show up, squeeze, dump on everyone else, and you go in shorts the backside. So there's definitely two ways to play this. I was shorts early on with small size. I covered everything here, identifying that they're holding their lows around 260s. I covered and the stock just squeezed and I was not involved. This is not like CBLI or the other stocks. I was not involved. I wait for it to show me that if it's actually gonna hold the 390s or $4 to go up higher, or if it drops and rejected $4 hard, then that's why I want to go in and short the bounces. So that's what happened. I waited for the drop. Actually, I think I halted, and I shorted the bounces after the unhold. Had an average about 290s, and then we got a very nice sell-off to 260s and 230s. So the questions are both on shorts. With these hard to borrow stocks, you have to use premium brokers like Cobra Trading, which is the one I use. I also have an account for Centerpoint. That also works as well. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's good to have both if you can. Brokers like Interactive Brokers, they would only have the large cap stocks to short, which is fine if you only play the large cap stocks. But these small cap low floats, they wouldn't have it. The other option is Trade Zero, which I have an account with, but they are ridiculously expensive. More expensive than Cobra and Centerpoint. So I only use that as a backup. I don't use that on a regular basis. Okay, if you have even more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.